If you're like me and your forehead feels like a glazed donut by noon while your cheeks are as dry as the Sahara, you're not difficult, you're just combination skin, which actually makes us unique. Most people try to treat this by picking a side, either by overly moisturizing, overly compensating the dry areas, or completely stripping the skin of its natural oils. Today, we are putting an end to that guesswork and we are balancing our complexion once and for all. Hi and welcome to the channel. If you're new, I'm Deacon and this channel is a safe space where we genuinely enjoy taking care of ourselves, from glowing skin to elevated self-care and becoming the best versions of ourselves from the inside out. Please make sure to stay and subscribe and join the community of women that genuinely enjoy taking care of themselves. And to my returning subscribers, hey girl, happy to see you again. Thank you for tuning in. You know you have me here always rooting for you and cheering you on as we all glow up. So over to combination skin. Combination skin is basically a tale of two densities. So your T-zone, which is your forehead, your nose and chin area, has a high concentration of the sebaceous gland, while your U-zone, which is your cheek area, typically suffers from a compromised lipid barrier, particularly lower sebum production on those areas. So easy to find one product that does everything. It's about strategic layering. So we want to regulate sebum in the center while reinforcing the moisture barrier on the parameters. So step one is the intelligent cleanse. So we stop using harsh foaming cleansers that strip our skin of its natural oils, leaving your skin squeaky clean. That tightness you feel after a squeaky clean wash is actually your moisture barrier screaming for its life. The recommendation would be using a non-stripping gel cleanser. So when cleansing your skin, focus your massage on the T-zones. For double cleansing, the first step would be to use a lightweight oil cleanser or palm to break down SPF or excess sebum on the T-zone. So dissolving the SPF residue or the sebum in that area with oil or palm first. And the next step would be to follow with a pH balanced cleanser, a gentle one, and focusing your massage on the T-zones. A standard recommendation for washing our face is working in the products for about 60 seconds before rinsing. So in this case, you're working in the gel cleanser on the T-zone for about 50 seconds and then slightly touching the delicate area, which is your U-zone, the cheek area, for about the last 10 seconds before you go on ahead to rinse your skin. Double cleansing is just almost like a two-factor authentication. It's a way of breaking down oils on the skin and washing and cleansing properly without stripping your skin of its natural oil. Next would be the multi-maxing for precision. So instead of just slathering a clay mask all across your face, you treat the different climate of your face simultaneously. So what happens is that you use a bentonite or a kaolin clay mask for treatment on your T-zone, and then you apply a soothing honey or ceramide based cream mask on the parameters, which is your cheek area, just to keep things balanced out. So this way you're giving the T-zone what it needs to vacuum out excess oils and tighten the pores, and you're also giving the U-zone what it needs by giving it a rich cream based mask that helps in soothing the dryness in that area. Next would be the multi-taxing treatment. For this, for combination skin, niacinamide is your MVP, and in this case I don't mean most valuable play, I mean your most valuable player. Niacinamide is a physiological balancer that regulates oil production while supporting ceramide synthesis in the drier area. Also, for combination skin routine, for brightening, you want to look towards ingredients like vitamin C, but a stable derivative to brighten without irritation. Now for morning routine for combination skin, you can use vitamin C, the one that is of a stable derivative, and for your evening routine, you want to apply a BHA of some sort of like 2% or a little above that, which is your salicylic acid. You would apply this as a targeted treatment to active blackheads or whiteheads on the T-zone area. Understand that even the oily part of combination skin needs a healthy skin barrier, so ingredients like niacinamide and ceramides are physiological balancers that help to balance out the skin. Something to note about overexfoliation is avoid the nuclear option across the whole face. By exfoliating the T-zone with BHAs can lead to something called reactive seborrhea, which is where the skin produces more oil to compensate the dryness on the oily area. So it is possible that the oily areas, which is your T-zone, can still be dry because it is not receiving the healthy barrier support that it needs, and also is being stripped by overly exfoliating. Now let's speak on the moisture divide. Moisturizing combination skin requires requires the wardrobe method. Combination skin can be highly reactive to environmental changes. So for the humid weather, that would be during the summer months or when the weather is just hot, you want to make sure that you lean towards niacinamide and lighter weight moisturizing lotions or moisturizing creams. This could be cream formulas, gel formulas, but just make sure that they are lightweight and they contain an ingredient like niacinamide to regulate the sebum production on the skin. For the dryness and winter shift, I would say if you're like in a colder region, you want to pay more attention to your use zone, which would most likely become drier in that season. You want to support it by increasing the use of ingredients like hyaluronic acid or moisture-rich creams on the drier areas, which would be your use zone, like I mentioned, your cheek, your parameters basically. A technique to do this is to apply the lighter weight moisturizer that contains niacinamide across the entire face and then pat in the heavier cream that is supported with hyaluronic acid or just richer ceramide cream on the parameters by using the stipple method, where you just pat in the product in those drier areas without rubbing it and causing more irritation on the areas. So the next thing is the invisible shield. This is where your sunscreen comes in. Sunscreen is non-negotiable in combination skin routine because you just really need it. It's really important for your routine to protect every effort that you've put in so far. But for this, you can go with the traditional or the conventional sunscreens method or whatever is available. You have to pay attention to get yourself lightweight moisturizing sunscreen. So something lightweight but something that absorbs into the skin quickly. So you want to stay away from using the conventional thick moisturizing sunscreens and opt for options that are lightweight. This could be gel formulas, milk formulas, and just something basically more watery. I have recommended a couple on this channel before. The ones from K Beauty, one from the brand Isn't Tree, and I think I would have them listed in the description box. So something that just works with your skin type in mind. So nothing overly stripping to the skin and also nothing overly moisturizing, causing you to feel greasy or helping your skin to produce more oil. Also, I wanted to mention to avoid mattifying products on your T-zone because these products are usually targeted towards creating like a matte effect in those areas. But what this can end up doing on the contrary is pushing your skin to produce excess oils because those areas are now too dry. So your skin wants to compensate for the dryness and then ends up producing more oil. So you see that you're using mattifying products, but at the end of it, you're more oily than before because your skin is just doing its thing. So focus on using a broad spectrum sunscreen. You can also use a sunscreen that has supporting ingredients. There are options like that. There are sunscreens that have ingredients like silica, ceramides, or anything that just supports your skin. Just make sure that it is lightweight. That is the trick here. Use a sunscreen that is broad spectrum, has supporting ingredients, but is also lightweight so as not to dense up your skin with products. Now, I know that combination skin is one of the most frustrating skin types to deal with because one part of your face is literally struggling and begging for moisture while the other part of your face is producing oil for 3 people. But these few tricks I mentioned can just help in combating the frustration that comes with having combination skin. Remember that your skincare routine is a marathon, not a sprint, so you want to take things slow and easy with yourself. By treating your skin's different climates with specific ingredients and adjusting for seasons, you will stop chasing problems and start seeing a balanced editorial glow. So that's about it for this video. If you found this breakdown helpful, please make sure to hit the like button to let YouTube know that this is a content that you relate with. And if you also want more luxury tier, skincare education, routine, whatever, then make sure that you're subscribed and let me know in the comment section. And I guess I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.